Project Director of the Westmead Hospital redevelopment. The Westmead Hospital is located in Western Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, first opened in November 1978. It is one of the largest health campuses around Australia. It has gone through 2 stages of redevelopment. One completed in 2008, costing $142 million, and another one which is happening at the moment, which includes a new multi-storey car park, a new hospital building, and other service upgrades. This project is expected to complete at late 2016 at a cost of $900 million. The Westmead Hospital redevelopment represents a fundamental opportunity to establish future service and capital development platform for the hospital to meet increasing healthcare needs for the long term. As the project director for this project, I'm responsible for monitoring, controlling, and organizing the whole process, which includes hiring consultants, subcontractors, and overseeing the whole project. I need to communicate, cooperate, and collaborate with architects, engineers, and other members of the project development team in order to meet the client's needs. I also need to make sure the project complies with all legal and regulatory requirements. If there's any problem, I need to fix it and apply all changes necessary. It is my responsibility to make sure all work is done properly, on time, and within budget.
My name is Matthew Treverson and I'm the geotechnical engineer for this project. I'm in charge of all groundworks that commenced upon the land for the Westmead Hospital redevelopment. I'm also in charge of providing the quality of the soil, managing and overseeing all junior engineers. My team of geotechnical engineers used methods to determine what laid underneath the ground at the site and to mark out the utilities, for example pipes and other services. So there are no future problems during the construction stage.
My name is Dominic Casatelli and my role as the financial consultant for the Westmead Hospital redevelopment project was mainly focused on managing finances and assisting with the allocation of funds for each team member and working on the project. My role began at the initiation stage and extended right through to the commission of the project. As financial consultant, my responsibilities included providing executive management with advice on the financial services and products, and providing recommendations to strategically broaden the organisation's business scope of financial services and enhance its financial performance. Strategies that were utilised included creating pie charts, describing the allocation of finances for each team for each stage of the building life cycle. Before any design or construction works could begin, the project needed to be tendered for. In the case of the hospital, multiple companies had to tender for the project. As financial consultant, I was required to accumulate all the various aspects and sections required for the project and propose costs associated with each part. Various aspects that were needed to be addressed included the project timeline, the requirements of the potential investors and stakeholders, the location, limitations and regulations. Throughout the design stage, I was required to be notified of changes made to the design and needed to consult on these changes, being financially worthy or not. Once the tendering and other related financial matters required for winning the project were completed, I needed to continually advise investors into appropriate courses of action regarding any changes that needed to be made throughout the construction lifetime. Upon the completion of the hospital project, the client and other relevant investors had requested that the project be financially assessed. This will help in future projects of the building company. As the financial consultant, I assessed the costs of the project and needed to investigate if the estimated cost is the same, preferably less, than the financial cost of the project.
My name is Vignesh Rajashekar and I'm the site manager for the Westmead Hospital redevelopment project. As a site manager, I was heavily involved with the administrative processes throughout the project up until the commissioning and handover stage. Being the site manager, the procurement and construction stage in particular required the most of my attention. During procurement, I was involved with the production schedule and subcontracts, while during the construction phase, I was invested with the site establishment and monitoring the site processes.
My name is Ziyun Xu and I'm the safety consultant of this team. All the work I've done is for the purpose of making the workplace for the Westmead Hospital redevelopment project safer and healthier. The first thing I have done is to evaluate workplace safety and provide a list of safety issues such as potential hazards and equipment problems with specific procedures to the management team can perform to remedy problems. I'm also in charge of training the workers about safety concerns and creating safety measures to follow. The overall responsibility is to improve health and safety performance, efficiency and productivity of the project.
Hi, my name is Peter Foy and I am the civil engineer for the Westmead redevelopment project. As a civil engineer, I am part of the design team responsible for the planning, designing, constructing, maintaining, and the operation of the project. During the stages of the construction project, my role is to regularly inspect and analyse the site to determine the work needed to make the project not only meet the client's needs, but to abide by government regulations. In regards to the Westmead Hospital redevelopment, my role was to interpret the architectural drawings and engage specialists to provide professional views on potential issues such as electrical work, water connections, gas lines, etc. During the construction phase, I problem solve and manage communications between the different trades and the client.
Hi, I'm Clarice. My role is quantity surveyor, who can be described as a measure and value system, using skills such as cost planning, cost analysis, estimating, and value management to estimate and monitor construction costs from the initiation stage through to the completion of construction period. After construction stage, test schedules and replacement cost estimations for initiation purpose are needed to be performed in order to satisfy the client's needs, and also work closely with architects, engineers, financiers, contractors, and suppliers. The work will be measured for process pavement and the preparation of final accounts to the tender document.
Hi, my name is Joshua Arita, and I am the head architect for this project. I'm in charge of the adequate design of this project, whilst in direct contact with the owner to ensure that the plans provided are up to the standards of the owner. Myself, as well as my team of zone architects, use methods to effectively design the final design, which will ultimately help the project achieve its technical optimum.
My name is Dylan Abreu and I'm the investor for this project. I'm in charge of the adequate spending of funds whilst in direct contact with a financial consultant to ensure that the figures provided with work with the building budget. Myself as well as my team of investors use methods to effectively allocate and spend funds, which ultimately will help the project's longevity due to sustained profit and no debt.
My name is Chris Shalala and I'm the Principal Certifying Authority for this development. Within this development, I'm responsible for numerous roles, such as approving the architectural drawings, ensuring that the required documentation have been provided as per legislation, and ensuring that the development complies with the BCA, the Building Code of Australia. Within this role, there's numerous factors that need to be considered to ensure the safety of the occupants in regards to fire engineering and satisfying the BCA.
Throughout the redevelopment process, there were some problems faced. As a project director, communication is vital, as I am the person that talks to everybody and makes sure everything is going smoothly. However, problems will also occur. For example, when I'm talking to the top management about trying new ideas, they seem to be very stubborn because they like the way things are working now, and making a change seems like a lot of effort. So communicating with them is somewhat difficult, and it can often cause misunderstandings. These sort of problems under this kind of situation can be avoided if both sides were more open to each other's opinions and perhaps listen and pay attention to the speaker more.
Estimating the whole life cost is one of the important parts for quantity surveyor, but with some of the stage the work, it still causes lots of cost. For example, if the quantity surveyor was lazy or forgot to remeasure the updated drawings, it may lead to the estimating costs such as materials, labor, time being inaccurate and cannot be satisfied with client's requirements, even over budget. Some solutions would be like cost control need to be established and record data every month. Do not be lazy to read the drawings again after receiving the new drawings from the tender. Check and mark the date what drawings that you made.
As a civil engineer, the issues I face is with working with contractors who believe that the design is over-designed and that they can simplify it using their own personal experience. This causes a lot of issues in regards to making sure that our design meets building specifications, whereas their experience might not be as up-to-date as what the Australian standard recommends.
As investor, the daily problems in which I may face will be not working directly with financial consultants and not meeting clients' future needs, which can be solved and adhered to, which will ultimately make this project a whole lot better. My job is a key element in this project, as the fund what keeps the economy moving, and if the project supersedes projected expenditure, the project can fail, leading to massive money loss. therefore making my job as the investor an integral part in the efficient running and successful running of the project.
I found two potential issues during the construction phase, being idle waiting and inefficient processing. Idle waiting was caused by delivery trucks piling up around the construction site due to inefficient fleet management, which could be prevented by either allowing a large enough gap between deliveries or having permissible space on the site for trucks to hold materials. Inefficient processing regarded low quality concreting and was due to poor mix preparation or insufficient protection being provided, and can be solved by carefully mixing to accommodate for a precise time of day and weather condition.
As an architect of the project, there were numerous problems in which I encountered, such as not meeting building requirements and the architectural design not meeting structural standards, which can be solved and adhered to by complying with the BCA and meeting council requirements such as the local environmental plan and development control plan. Another way to solve this problem is by consulting engineering standards and ensuring that structural adequacy is achieved, which will ultimately make this project a success.
There were potential issues evident throughout my time working on the project as the financial consultant. One of them was lack of communication with major stakeholders, lack of agreement between stakeholders, which may cause unforeseen costs, so like rain and wind, changes in design which may not be consulted on with a financial consultant, and safety problems which further add to the unforeseen costs at the initial stage of the project.
The safety issue I faced is that though most of the hazards are found, collected and controlled before the construction stage started, there were still some of the hazards that are uncommon and cannot be found and may cause some unpredictable conditions happen. To avoid being damaged, I discussed about safety in workplace and worked closely with the employees to know what they thought about the issues, and I also discussed about the issues during construction consulting. And I was using my knowledge to solve the issue or try my best to avoid it.
There are possible issues that we may come across. For example, the soil where the hospital is being built may not be strong enough to hold the structure. Therefore, the allowable bearing pressure is too great. If the soil is unstable, then the engineers need to determine how to make it stable depending on what type of soil it is. For example, if the soil is sandy, which is too loose and doesn't have any cohesion, then cement may need to be added to combat this issue. The same goes for clay soils, which is susceptible to moisture, making it weak and allowing it to lose its strength due to swelling. This may be fixed depending on the characteristics and class of the soil. If it is too unstable, then the lime can be added, thus preventing very serious issues for the future. If the soil were not to be treated, then this could lead to cracks in the foundations, for example, floors, walls and slabs.
Within this role, there are numerous problems that certifiers may encounter. For example, changes in legislation which may affect the approval process, as well as clients not building according to approved drawings, which may result in penalties and fines. These problems need to be encountered by the PCA and resolve these problems to ensure there's no problems involving council or other legislative authorities, which may cause a problem for the PCA. Therefore, it's quite obvious that the PCA has numerous responsibilities throughout this development and ensuring that they satisfy with the BCA and sustaining and achieving any problems that can affect the development.